complete. A big play that time for the Ravens. 42 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Jackson. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
Check. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Thomas. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Well, the defense loses him. It's complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. They'll look to throw. Just keeping the play alive. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, They might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So the inability there to get the two-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to...
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Oh, yeah, I had it, man. Somebody was spamming me. Like, you know how people be...
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jackson now. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more...
Bro, you was out of
Glamour
bounds.
position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. 2nd down and goal. Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. It was the veteran Prince Amukamara that time who had the play covered from the start.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Biggest play now in this opening drive of overtime. This is 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. Buying time to his left. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Khalil Mack able to finally wrestle him down for what's just going to be a huge loss, and it takes us to 4th down as well. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least get them a lead here in overtime.
You know they're gonna win the game, right?
And this one is right down the middle. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. Oh, my goodness. They're going to try to end this thing right here with an onside kick. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
Oh, yeah.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive, they're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to him.
A give to Cohen. He heads right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
Stop! You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Check. First down.
They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game.